Good morning, friends, and welcome to this lovely wooded area. I would tell you where we are, not 100% sure. I did that thing again where I just pick a pretty spot on the map and I go there. And this is the pretty spot I found this morning. Just really pretty wooded area, just a little bit west of Ely's Peak, where we've been before. But I picked it just because we're starting to get these little hints of fall color. So I just kind of wanted to get out and explore and just start hunting for that color because it's just gorgeous. This is my favorite time of year, so I'm excited about it. And that's really all I have planned for the day. It's just a little hike through the woods and look for splashes of color, splashes of light, anything really, because that's about as far as my planning ever goes. So, come on, let's take a little hike. Let's see what we find. I think this could be a really good day. All right, well, we have come upon shot number one. And it's a really simple shot, really pretty. We've just got this single tree up ahead on the trail here, and you'll notice I'm setting up with a long lens, and the idea with that is that I just want to compress that scene. I want to isolate this tree, and this tree's great. It's just got this great arcing S curve to it. It's just bended in the wind, it looks like. So that is the shot. Let's get it all framed up here, set up and ready to go. I'm thinking it might kind of be a square crop when we're done. Not 100% sure here. I'm gonna go in 200 millimeters. And let's frame it up. We're gonna cut off the bottom of the tree and make this kind of all about this tree. Zoom in 100%. Make sure we get a good, nice, sharp focus on the tree. Yeah, aperture priority, f9, ISO 100. It's gonna be a 1 second exposure. Let's get level off a little bit. There we are. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's just really simple and pretty. It's just the dark bark against the brightly lit green leaves kind of makes it stand out, and I think that's great. Let's see if I can show you what we're looking at here. It's dark in here today, but yeah, there we are. So you can see we just got the great S curve of this tree against that beautiful green backdrop. And like I said, ISO 100, f9. 1 second exposure, just because it's a little dark, a little shadowy here under the canopy of the trees. But the shot's really simple, and the scene is simple, and that seems to be what I'm gravitating to more and more is the simple. And it's fine with me. I have no complaints about that. It's gorgeous. So there we are, shot number one in the bag. Let's pack it up, head on down, see what else we can find. Head on down the road. Boopity boopity boop. Oh, that's cool. That's great. So here's a fun little shot we just found. There's these cool mushrooms growing out of the side of this tree trunk. And it just looks like the tree trunk has just exploded. It looks like its guts are spilling out. It's really cool and pretty and disturbing all at the same time. Oh, and I got a little downy woodpecker right above my head too. Outside is so cool. All right, So I'm gonna get set up on this little patch of mushrooms here growing out of this tree trunk. And I'll show you what we're looking at. So again, this is just really simple. Shooting in an aperture priority, f9, for no real reason other than it's perfectly fine for what I'm doing. ISO 100. This is a 1.6 second exposure, 2-second timer. And the shot's really simple. It's just all about the texture and pattern of this mushroom, this fungus growing out of the side of this tree. That's it. That one might make a nice black and white. I think it's probably gonna stay color. I really like kind of this bright yellow kind of texture to this. Is yellow a texture? It is in this case. Feel, I just like it. I just like it. I have no other words other than, I don't know, I've never seen anything like it. I think it kind of makes it interesting. Little square crop again. I think there's nothing really going on above or below it. I always reserve the right to change my mind, but that's a simple little shot and I love it. Thanks, little tree. All right. Just keep exploring these woods. They're great. This is gorgeous, and I have got to remind myself to slow down and take it in and enjoy it. It's like I get this kind of task-driven mentality in my head sometimes, and it's like, I have to complete the trail, I gotta make the whole loop as fast as I can, or I gotta get X amount of photos, and all of that's ridiculous, especially today. I don't have a plan for any of this. I just came out here for the hike and to see what I would find and what I would discover. So just telling myself to calm down, slow down, take it in and enjoy it. And I have to remember to turn around every once in a while. The sun's starting to come up behind me, so the treetops are starting to kind of glow, which is always really pretty, but if I'm right about where I am on the trail, I'm about to round the bend and start heading back into it. So that'll be great. But yeah, just taking this moment to remind myself to slow down and enjoy it and take it in, because that's the point of this whole thing. Slow down and enjoy it. All right, so we've got ourselves a nice little scene here in front of us. Found this is pretty. It's pretty simple. There's 2 trees and a boulder. One tree is just shooting straight up. The other tree is, again, just curving and bending in. And what I really like about this is this tree that's bending in is arcing over the top of this boulder, almost sheltering it, it seems. So that's kind of what drew me to it, was that kind of irony of the hard, sturdy rock seeking shelter under the tree. Again, just really simple shot. ISO 100, f9 again, 1/2 second exposure. You'll notice today I haven't really been using any filters. There's not a lot of call for it. All my light is very diffused and kind of just fractured all over the place, so they're not gonna do much for me. So today's just been kind of about finding these simple scenes and getting that shot. I think this one is really pretty and really simple. Show you here what we're looking at on the back of the camera. And this is it. It's really simple. You can see just this big kind of boulder, and I like these little green plants kind of growing up with it with the red stem. It's probably some horrible invasive species of dogwood, but it adds a nice splash of color. And then of course we got the great, curved tree right here, just kind of arcing up over it, and then this other tree shooting straight up, which is kind of just acting like a side frame element for the photo. And that's it for this picture. This is it. It's just really simple, and it's just kind of just about this rock and the bent tree. And it's a simple little shot, and I like it. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so we found our little splash of fall color that we initially came out here to look for. And it's a little splash. There's this one little branch. I don't think you can see it from that camera, but there's this one tiny little branch of yellow leaves just sticking out behind this little birch or poplar. I'm not sure which one it is. Might be a birch. But, and then it's, you know, backdrop with all these dark green leaves and the dark bark for the other trees. So kind of far back from it. I'm gonna shoot long lens again here, just to kind of compress the scene and really work in and isolate that color, which is what this shot is gonna be all about, is that color. So I'm gonna get kind of framed up on this fella and figure it out. Let me kick my bag out of the way. I'm gonna try a polarizer on this to see if it helps those colors at all. Don't know that it will, but no harm in trying. Ooh, it does, it pops the greens. Yeah, it gives us a nice little bit of contrast. Sweet. So this shot, really simple. This shot is about color and texture, which is always really two great things to have in a photograph. I'll get focused on those leaves. I'm gonna shoot this. I got a 5.6 ISO 100. Let me show the folks at home what we're looking at. This is the shot, very, very simple. You can see way out there is there it is. Whoop. There's my little splash of color, that diagonal branch of yellow leaves. And then we've got the little poplar tree kind of framing off on the right. And then we've just got the nice straight striation lines of the dark bark and all of the green leaves behind it. Everything else is fairly well behind it and falling out of focus, which is the reason I'm shooting a long lens, is to compress that scene and get a better separation with a narrower aperture. Might even take this down to an f4 just to accentuate that even more. And that's it. That shot is really simple, and that's just kind of all about that splash of color. So we're gonna get framed up on this, take this shot. Oh yeah. Just a little bit of wind today, just the tiniest little bit. So we are at an ISO 100 f4, 1/5 of a second, 2-second timer. All right, friends. Well, we're nearing the end of the trail, and thus the end of our day. But it was a great day, a fantastic day. I came out, you know, searching for a little bit of fall color, and then I just had to take a moment to remind myself to slow down and look around and take it all in. I ended up with some really fun stuff and a little bit of fall color. So, fantastic day, successful day. And I want to thank you for coming along with me. So please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and tell your friends, because the more the merrier. And from the Manly Snively Trail here in Duluth, Minnesota, So long, and we'll see you next time.